Daily Profit. Here we go. Thursday, NFL Week 2 preseason action. Will Fernando Mendoza lead the Vegas Raiders to victory tonight? He's getting the start. We're going to give you team previews tonight for the Raiders and the Houston Texans, and also your Thursday night NFL preseason matchup. Wes, are you ready for Week 2 NFL action?
Yeah, here we go. It's Thursday again, and we have a couple games tonight, a couple games on Friday, actually 3 games on Friday, and then a full slate on Saturday. So exciting times. You know, speaking of the Las Vegas Raiders, they're right in my backyard here. I live out here in Henderson, Nevada. So actually their training facility is closer to me in Henderson than, you know, the Allegiant Stadium is really. I told you multiple times I see Mark Davis over here at the In-N-Out Burger in Henderson, Nevada. I've seen him there like 6 times. He does like his meat patties extra well done, which I don't know how any human can consume well done burger patties, but apparently that's how he likes them. I've heard him order right in front of me in line before. But anyway, as it relates to the Raiders, obviously Mendoza is getting the start tonight, but Kirk Cousins, they say that he's going to be the week 1 starter, and I believe them. And they really should let Mendoza carry the clipboard for a little while and just kind of get used to the play calling and the playbook and all that stuff. But he did look pretty good in that game against the Cardinals. He had some good throws and some good, some good action. So, but he'll get most of the opportunity tonight here. But, the Raiders, I'm not too high on the Raiders as far as the season, win total goes. And we could talk about that and break them down right here.
Yeah, I'm looking forward. College football is just 9 days away, but we have NFL preseason Week 2 action. This Raiders team, very young team, just 3-14 last season. So they're in rebuild mode. New head coach, Clint Kubiak. I mean, are they going to go with Kirk Cousins? He looks like he's going to be the starter. But for Thursday night, we're going to get Mendoza, the Heisman Trophy winner. So I'm curious to see how he performs tonight. And then he'll be followed by Aiden O'Connell to clean things up as the third stringer.
Yeah, taking a look at their schedule here. So their season win total is 5.5, right? So you can find that's actually plus money at DraftKings. 5.5 is, I think, +1. Actually, here I have it right here. I think it's 5.5 plus 120, plus 125. So just taking a look at their schedule. I mean, they do get the Dolphins right out of the gate, which is a gift from the gods. Maybe they can actually start 1-0. We'll see what happens there. But then, you get the Chargers, the Saints, who I'm actually high on the Saints this year. You get the Chiefs, the Patriots, the Bills, the Rams. You do get the Jets after that. But then the Niners, the Seahawks, the Broncos, the Browns, Chargers, Broncos, Titans, Cardinals, who, the Cardinals just beat them 27-14 last week. And the Kansas City Chiefs. So, I'm not very high on this team, man. They got to play a lot of really tough teams out here in Vegas and on the road. And I'm going to go under the season win total, under 5.5. Like I said, you can find that plus money. I don't see 6 wins with this team this year, to be honest with you.
Yeah, a very, very tough schedule. And like I said, the offensive line's kind of beat up. They're a very young team, new head coach. They're in a tough division. I mean, they do have a good tight end with Brock Bowers. But I just don't see them getting probably 3 or 4 wins, never mind 5.5. I agree on the under 5.5 wins. It's going to be a long season for the Raider Nation.
I agree with that for sure. So moving over to the Texans, obviously these 2 teams are playing in Houston tonight, and they are scrimmaging against each other as well. But I'm actually high on the Texans. I think the Texans have a pretty good year. Obviously the jury is still kind of out on C.J. Stroud and whether he's actually going to turn it around. Fantastic rookie season, and then it's been 2, just kind of let down seasons after that. I think he's going to turn it around here. Obviously, they lost a wide receiver yesterday who's out for the year, but they do get Tank Dell back. And you do have, some pretty good wide receiver talent there on that roster. Nico Collins. And, this defense, keep in mind, is a top 3 defense in the NFL, in my opinion, right next to, the Denver Broncos. The Philadelphia Eagles are very good defensively as well. So I think this team last year, they won 12 games, and now their season win total, they are sitting at, I believe it was 10.5 here. But yeah, I'm high on them. I like them to go over the season win total. If you look, so we have over 10.5 is plus 130 at DraftKings. And I think this team can pretty easily win 11 games, to be honest with you, Tony. I'm kind of high on the Texans this year.
Yeah, 17-game schedule. Like you said, if you could play over 9.5, we'd have to lay 150, but I think they go over 10.5. Great defense, definitely a top 3 NFL defense in the league. CJ Stroud can only get better. He's a dual threat quarterback. Like you said, Nico Collins, solid wide receiver. I like their tight end, Dalton Schultz. I think they have a very winnable schedule. They play the Colts twice, Jacksonville's twice inside their division. They finish at Pittsburgh, at Philly, and at Green Bay. So they do have some road tests late in the season. But overall, I think their defense is going to keep them in games, and I expect them to get 12 wins this season.
Yeah, so there you go. We both like the over with the Houston Texans. And by the way, I do want to let everybody know about the promo over at winnersandwhiners.com, which is where Tony K and I release all our selections now. So you can get both of our selections for the rest of the NFL season. And not only that, you get the MLB season all the way through Super Bowl. So we're slashing the $8.99. You get it for $6.99. You save $200. Our guy David Delano is doing the promotion picture there for us. But you get college football, you get NFL, you get the rest of MLB, all 5% best bets included. You can lock in your winning picks from baseball to the Super Bowl starting today, and cash some tickets and beat the bookie all football season long, all the way through the Super Bowl.
Yeah, it really is a great deal. I mean, you sign up today, you're going to get almost 6 months of action. The Super Bowl actually in next year is on Valentine's Day, so I'm sure you're going to see some upset women having to celebrate Super Bowl on Valentine's Day in February.
Well, the good news is by then we probably put a lot of money in the husband's pocket, so maybe he could take him out to a nice dinner. But it just has to be before the game, right?
Yeah, you can't take them out to a Super Bowl buffet spread for their Valentine's Day dinner.
Yeah.
Guys, we do the Daily Profit each and every day. I know we have some new subscribers here each and every day. So like, subscribe, thumbs up to the videos. Daily Profit comes out each and every morning, Monday through Friday. We're going to give you free picks each and every day. Tomorrow we're going to come back, give you some NFL action for Friday and Saturday, week 2 preseason action. Next week, college football regular season kicks off. So we're going to have a lot of action for you. A lot of videos next week. We're looking forward to it with the college football regular season right around the corner in just 9 days. Let's not forget about the matchup today. We broke down the Raiders and the Texans. Now we're going to give you a preseason pick here for you to watch on ESPN here Thursday night.
Yeah, I like the under. So remember, the unders were king last week. It was 4 overs and 12 unders in all 16 games last week. I think we see another under here tonight. Keep in mind, Houston, they played the Chargers last week. I think they lost 27-7, so that game went well under the total. But I look for them to play a lot better defensively. Even their second and third string defensive team is very, very good. And the Raiders, obviously Mendoza getting the start. But, going up against one of the best defenses in the National Football League. And I just think it's going to be a lower scoring game than most people expect. Cue the under once again tonight in Houston.
I agree. We're not going to see CJ Stroud tonight, but the Houston Texans defense is very good. Their second unit is very good. They're deep on defense. I think the offense is going to be conservative, especially with the new third-string quarterback, Brett Ripien. Raiders backup guys are not very good. The offensive line isn't very good. So they were eaten alive last week. You're going to see Fernando Mendoza and Aiden O'Connell as the quarterbacks for the Raiders. But I think this one's going to stay under 38.5. I agree with you, Wes. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. We saw a lot of low-scoring games in Week 1 outside of the Hall of Fame game. And I think Thursday night here, we're going to see another low-scoring game between the Raiders and the Texans.
Yeah, and tomorrow we will be back. We're actually going to break down all 3 preseason games tomorrow, all 3 Friday games. Looking forward to that. I've been making notes on all of those. And I do have a premium selection tonight over the website on the side of this game, the Raiders and the Texans.
Yeah, I also have a premium selection in baseball, 6-1 my last 7. So check out my page at winnersandwhiners.com. Also check out Wes. Check out his subscription deals for the upcoming football season. Also weekly and monthly offerings on the website, winnersandwhiners.com. Guys, thanks for tuning in. We'll talk to you again on Friday. As always, good luck and be a winner.